I always see what I write, but this time I saw every single moment of it. And so it was written very visually. And of course that changes in the final direction. But it was immediately apparent when you meet Dom that he's really sensitive and he's very involved at a human level with the characters.
I love the tone of the show. I thought that the sense of dread and unease and disturbing quality that just hung in the air really got under my skin.
Katie's writing is incredibly visual and Dom's direction is very emotional. And the pace of the story, I think, is absolutely extraordinary because it allows you to take it in.
From a director's point of view, there was great visual opportunities, the kind of collision of oppositions in the show, so the mixture of past and present, urban and remote locations, the conscious self and the subconscious self. I thought it lent itself to a really strong visual, emotional language. We wanted to make a show where a style wasn't imposed on it, but the style was dictated by the writing and thematic or poetic undertow of Katie's script. So everything that we did was born out of what Claire, the central character, is feeling.
We were looking for a DOP and a designer who had the similar reaction to the script as us and yet built on that and brought their own interpretation.
The drama has a lot of different visual elements to it, but we wanted to incorporate all of those elements in a very real way that was accessible and relevant.
Sometimes we're in dreams themselves, actual dreams, and sometimes we're in memories, and sometimes we're in memories that you can't necessarily rely on and trust, which is part of the genre.
It was about creating this world where we could really play with layers and show that everybody has a history, everybody has a past.
I love dressing Claire Church. I think just kind of trying to get that feel of kind of like of the island where she's come from and the city where she's gone to, and then when she goes back and the different colours and textures. And as she kind of progresses on her journey throughout the story, it's just kind of stripped back different layers as she kind of becomes a little bit more raw and vulnerable.
We were trying to come at this on one level, like a police show or maybe a thriller, but treat it from my perspective and also from Dom's, was very much about treating this as a psychological drama.
In filming and conveying a story like that, it's really about going on the journey with her. And as she goes from a place of safety and security and she revisits her past into a place which is, a little bit more tense and frightening, the photography has to represent that.
It was a big thing not to show the violence, but to show your main character's reaction to the results from that violence. We actually see Claire and we focus on her reaction. And it works really well. He's developed his whole own screen language. It's this lovely feeling of her being suspended outside of herself.
When I read the script, I thought it had a really unique original voice, and I thought the writer cared passionately about it. And I think that passion and emotion has been transmitted onto the screen.
Every time we've had a question or we've wondered about story or what to do, it's always come back to character, and that's because Katie constructed these amazing, strong, rounded, surprising characters that at every point we're learning more about them.
It feels like you're bearing your soul in a way on screen, and
you are, and that's why it's special.
Yeah.